Yo, welcome back to the N.y.a show. As we creep back into the middle where we at middle of the week. Is it hump day? I don't know what day I drop. Maybe it's hump day. If I'm staying on track, it should be hump day. Goddamn hump day. Let me see. So we making our way on through this week as I continue to. I think that this would be the episode where I can talk about the past weekend because this is a shorter story. So I don't know if it'll be as long as the other ones I threw in like the weekend recap. So I hope that all y'all weekends as well as we get through halfway into a brand new week. As I always say, Spirit Arrested is a short film, W3 filmed it, available on YouTube. The links will be below. My wife, Peace_Peace. The links will be below. Like I said, we keep new things coming around here. This is her newest project. Please be sure to support it. I think that is doing amazing, and it will continue to do amazing. Then also, it was where do I have it? Where do I have it? How a Mother is Balancing Life in Pursuit of Dreams, an interview with Ashley Breyonna and Thomas with Ajay Tambe. It's always available on Spotify. Please give your 41 minutes and 54 seconds to this, and then check out what my wife's her background is. So please be sure to check that out. As we, yeah. So this is my opportunity to speak about the weekend. Like I said, in other shows they'll be a little bit longer, so I don't have necessarily have all that time to be doing all that. But this past weekend was great. I took a couple of days off. I went to see my mother down in Alabama, see my grandfather, my aunties. I was out there on that weed eater. On my social media. You'll see me. Oh no, I got to put it on. I'll put it on YouTube. Yeah, I put it all on YouTube. But yeah, on that weed eater, you know what I'm saying, sweating, going through it, getting sick, it was, I'm getting sick, but I'm still, still having a great time talking with my mom, seeing my little nieces and nephews, doing a little bowling, arcade. I mean, I'm just giving y'all everything. But I was in Alabama, Dothan, Alabama, so I was like 4 hours from the crib, but it was really, really great weekend with my folks, with my family. I was tired, like I said, out there when we here, but overall, I enjoyed myself. Came back on Sunday. Still tired a little bit that morning, but I gave the where I taught. I spoke at my childhood church. That is should be the fourth video down on my YouTube channel. Now is the topic was let God be the bridge. God is the bridge, or a variation of those titles. I don't remember which one I used exactly, but those are available for you. A couple a couple shows down. Maybe I put those things up in the video so that you can be sure to check that out and support that if you're interested. Now let me buzz right back into share. Let me see. Yeah, back to sharing the screen as I talk about. All right, let's recap the week so far. Takeaways from the House hearing with Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle on the Trump assassination attempt. Boom, we covered that. Please be sure that you share that story and continue to research that story because it will come up again. Then there, Kamala Harris rallies new campaign to fight against Trump after Biden's endorsements. She should pretty much have this in the bag. All that money that was going to Biden is now going into her piggy bank. I don't really see them transferring that much money to any other candidate if they really do let everybody vote on who they can beat Trump. And if it turns out to not be her, that they would give that nomination and all that money to somebody else. I don't 100% ever see something like that happen. I don't really see something like that happen, but nothing, nothing is impossible. So now let's move on from there. Please be sure to support that story. Now, let me go back up and we're going to talk about monster shore and water scarcity affect Gaza Strip. I think that African News made a typo right in here, but I want to also point out where Gaza is because everybody keeps saying Israel, Gaza, yeah, Hamas. Where are all these places if you're not really familiar with any of that? Where is it located in the world? How far are we away from this? What is it in relation to everything? So there's Israel, there's Jerusalem, there's West Bank, there's the Gaza Strip. That's Rafah. That's where a lot of people are taking shelter. And there's Gaza. And then we zoom out. It's connected to Africa. There's Egypt right up here in this corner. And then let me see all up. There's Egypt, Saudi Arabia. Look who's all in the neighborhood in the territory. So you know that we are in all of these territories. I wish I could put a little USA flag for like where our military is, but we're pretty much we cover a vast majority of all these places, these countries that you see here, and of course there are us here in the States and all my people that may be listening from outside the country. See where you are in relation to where Gaza is, just so you get a better view of where we've been talking about because everybody just talks about it. But I know when I was a kid, when you naming Iran and all these places, Iraq and all that, it didn't really serve a purpose to you. It's like, where is it? Where's it on the map? Where is it in relation to you? So Just want to make sure I put that out there. So the severe water crisis in the Gaza Strip, coupled with the destruction of numerous mosques during the Israel-Hamas war, has made it challenging for residents to carry out Islamic prayer. Gaza residents are now facing difficulties in finding water for ablution before prayer. And from what I looked up, that word means to be cleansed, to be washed. You're washing off your things to purify them before you get ready to pray to God. And with many mosques destroyed, they have to travel long distances to makeshift prayer halls, often consisting of tents. On Friday, observant Muslims used to wake up early. Observant Muslims used to wake up early, shower, and walk to a nearby mosque for prayer. But now they struggle due to the destruction of the mosque. I always said that would break out probably like a war here if an outside entity, outside nation bombed a church here in the States, or it could be a mosque, but more specifically a church, because this the founding fathers said that this was a nation for everything, but they were taught that it was a Christian nation. They would start a whole war if somebody attacked a church over here. And I'm not saying we know that they let churches get attacked by citizens here. I'm saying it's outside territory come and directly attack a church. So it's really weird that in these countries and what's going on with Israel and the wars that they'll hit these places because they know that, I think, of course, they say that, well, they're going to hide in the mosque. Of course, they go to the mosque and they hide and things like that because they feel like we're not going to hit them places. So they hide there and people house them there. But you have to still think about all the people that use those mosques that have nothing to do with Hamas and just wanted to pray and use their mosques, and now they're all just being bombed and destroyed. The conflict between Israel and Hamas have severely damaged the territory's capacity to provide clean water, worsening living conditions, and increasing health risks for hundreds and thousands of people who lack proper food, shelter, and medicine, according to aid organization. The conflict in Gaza, initiated by Hamas' assault on southern Israel on October 7, has resulted in the death of over 38,000 people, as reported by the health ministry of the region. The ministry count does not differentiate between military personnel and civilians. Still, a life lost, one life is too many. The conflict has led to a dire humanitarian crisis in the Palestinian territory, forcing the majority of its 2.3 inhabitants to flee and causing widespread starvation. And why I said any one death is too much, because I look at it as myself. I like my life. I treasure my life. If something unfortunate happens and it takes my life, it's like, dang, that was, like that was, I value my life. So just thinking of just countless lives being lost, and it's like how precious life is. It's like one life is too many, because if that one life was mine, I'd be pretty damn pissed, because I love my life. Additionally, around 250 individuals were taken hostage by militants. Currently, approximately 120 hostages are still being held with Israeli authorities, and even Joe Biden saying that they're going to do everything that they can. Biden even called the families. I learned that watching the 60 Minutes interview with Joe Biden recently. He called the families of these people just to let them know that they were going to do everything that they could to try to get a loved one back. But as they said, with Israeli authorities estimating that about 1/3 of them have already lost their lives. So 1/3 of those hostages, they say, are likely already been checked out of here. But it was just a completely bad situation. I wanted to give some form of update. Like I said, if they were doing this over here in math, it would complete a complete war. We either be in a war, and if we were in a war, this would be, like I said, it's going to come down to, if it was like an all-out war, these same type of things would be happening here. So I try my best for, I hope, I could be 80 watching this show back, and it's like, oh man, something like this never happened here in the States. But you got to think of how easily things like this go on in the world, and it's kind of just like another day. You know what I'm saying? But these are where people go. They like to work. They like to worship. This, everything all falls down. A lot of people want to run to churches and mosques and temples because that's going to be the community places. So just to know that these places are being bombed and leaving people looking crazy in the middle of these wars is truly unfortunate. So let me play this short video here, and we're going to close out the N.y.a show for this week. Let's go.
The severe water crisis in the Gaza Strip, coupled with the destruction of numerous mosques during the Israeli-Hamas war, has made it challenging for residents to carry out Islamic prayers. You can see the mosque here. Due to war, people have stopped praying in this mosque. After it was bombed, no prayers have been held here for 2 months, neither daily nor Friday prayers. It's difficult for us now when we attend Friday prayers. Gaza residents are now facing difficulties in finding water for ablution before prayers, and with many mosques destroyed, they have to travel long distances to makeshift prayer halls, often consisting of tents. The majority of mosques have been bombed. In order to pray, individuals must perform ablution. Nowadays, people are unable to perform ablution due to lack of water, and there are no signs of our traditional rituals. Some mosques have the call to prayer, yet they are empty inside. More than 38,000 lives have been lost in the Gaza war, which began with Hamas attack on Israel on October 7th, according to the local health ministry. The severe water crisis in the Gaza Strip.
Forever happy and appreciate being in this situation. I can sit here and just report on things like this. You're not in the midst of all of these terrible things that are going on like this. So I do want to, like I said, let's raise energy here. It's the N.y.a show. Please be sure to share this show out. Please give me your thoughts. I just try to break down, put more information out there for something that get talked about so much, but we got to kind of put on the map where are these places and where are we actually talking about. And where are these people and what's going on? So please be sure that you check out everything that I did this week, the last couple of shows, the shows from last week. Like I said, last week I'm talking about, Joe Biden, this is what he offers. And then the next week, he's just like, I'm out of here, So it's the N.y.a show. I appreciate y'all as per usual. And please be sure to share out the channel. Follow me on all my social media networks. And please continue to be safe. It's the N.y.a show.